Hey everybody, this is Josh from J4 Paintball, and I am going to show you the basic leaks, rebuild, and teching of your J4 Torque ASA reg. The ASA reg on the Torque is actually pretty compact. The regulator is built into the ASA assembly, and disassemble is rather easy. You do need to have your 1/8 inch Allen key, your 1/16 inch Allen key, a pair of needle nose pliers, and a circlip tool. If you have a leak in your regulator, it'll normally come in 2 or 3 places. You'll only get a leak right here off the blow off hole. You'll get a leak through your adjuster, and possibly you may get a leak through your on off cam. Additionally, the last place you can really get a leak is right up here at your your regulator to grip frame seat. And if you have reg creep, where your regulator velocity goes up over a period of time, I'll show you how to rebuild it here inside this assembly. Initially, let's look at removing the on-off pin. This is done using the circlip tool, reaching in there and grabbing 2 points on the circlip, pinching them, and removing it. Set that aside. Be very careful because that pin is under tension and may want to spring across the room. Next, take your needle nose pliers. You should be able to grab the pin just barely in this direction, but if you turn it down, and you won't be able to see this because of the video, you should be able to reach in there easily with your needle nose pliers and pull it out. That there is your on-off assembly. As you can see, this O-ring here has slid off, and we have the pin in hand there. Most common leak is from this small O-ring in the back, and you'll see it possibly on assembly or disassembly. It's gotten wedged in there and will rub or shred a little bit in the assembly. But it's a non-action O-ring, so as long as it goes in well, it'll stay just fine. Again, these are small components, so be careful. Try to work on these not in the field if you don't have to. To take off the ASA cam, use the 1/16 inch O-ring, put your finger on the lever and just unscrew it. Again, this is a very small screw. Be careful if you're assembling or disassembling in the field. This will come off. This will slide through here. If you get a leak in the ASA cam, it's one of those 2 O-rings right there. Those are number 6. If you get a leak in here, again, this is number 8, and that is a 5x1. The regulator itself is in this regulator cup assembly. This is a very simple assembly. It's a very simple moving base regulator. If you push on the bottom, you can use the key if you want to get it further out. I just push up a little bit and get it with my finger. There's a regulator component. There's the spring. Keep these very well lubed. If your gun makes a little squeak when it airs up, it's often just somewhere in the regulator assembly needing some extra lube. That's your regulator assembly and cup. Do check these. These are the 16x1 O-rings at top, and that's a number 15 O-ring at the bottom if you have any leaking. Edge of the regulator seat right there sits right on that regulator seat right there. You remove that by taking your 1/8 inch Allen key and screwing the assembly all the way up and out. This leaves you with this full component here. That's a number 8 O-ring. Replace that if you have a leak at the bottom. Also, this component here can get worn over time, the seat for the regulator. And if that does happen, you can take your Allen key, slide it through here, and push that out. That's a small puck, and you can flip it over and reinsert it. Now you notice there's a small O-ring in there. There's a small number 5x1 millimeter O-ring in there, and you just slide the puck back in, flip it over, slide it in, and your puck is reassembled. Putting this back together is just as easy. Take the 1/8 inch Allen key, make sure you've got some lube down there. I slide it on the key, I push it in with my finger and hold it as I run the key backwards. I normally run that to just in a couple turns from flush. That should run you right about 120, 140 psi. Fully flush will run you as high as 200 psi, and that's the max pressure for this regulator. Lube the outside of the O-ring cup just lightly. There's not much here that needs a good seal. Slide it back into the regulator body. Take the on-off cam, slide it through, reassemble the lever on here, and taking the small screw and your number 16th Allen key, reassemble the lever. This component can be kind of a pain in the backside to put in. We suggest using a little bit of lube on here. This is the pro advice. So the O-ring sticks and retains. It is very tight on this, and it may take a few tries for you to get that to stay and retain on the valve guide. When that's all together, take the needle nose pliers and slide the whole assembly back into the ASA. Normally you'd want to do this with the reg pointing up. I have it pointed down in this case, but if you have it pointed up, the O-ring is less likely to pop off. Then take the circlip tool, reassemble your circlip. It's a very tight fit in there. And so after you put it in, I put it in here a little wonky just to show you. All you need to do is take a key, put it in there until it snaps all the way around. And that is your regulator fully assembled, and all the related O-rings that go along in there. If you have any questions, again, get a hold of us at j4paintball.com or j4pb.com, and also follow us on Facebook as J4 Paintball. We'll best respond to any questions you have there. Thank you very much.